There has been few claims made by news outlets in regard to the skin banks, which I want to discuss today. Firstly, let's explain few things. What are skin banks? A skin bank is a facility that stores and processes donated human skin for use in medical procedures, such as skin grafts for burn victims or patients with severe skin injuries. The donated skin is carefully processed, preserved, and stored until it is needed for transplantation. Skin banks play a crucial role in providing a readily available and safe supply of skin for medical treatments, especially in cases where patients have lost significant amounts of skin due to burns or other traumatic injuries. How is the skin donated to those skin banks? Donating skin to skin banks typically involves a process where the donor's skin is recovered after their death. This requires consent and authorization. The donor or their family provides consent for skin donation. This is usually done through legal and ethical procedures, respecting the wishes of the deceased or their next of kin. How does it work? After obtaining consent and ensuring suitability, trained medical professionals perform the skin recovery procedure. This process involves carefully removing a thin layer of skin from the donor's body, often from the back or thigh. The goal is to preserve the top layer of skin, called the epidermis, and a portion of the second layer, the dermis. The recovered skin is processed first to remove any contaminants and to prepare it for storage. This may involve cleaning, disinfecting, and cutting the skin into appropriate sizes for transplantation. The processed skin is preserved using methods such as cryopreservation or other techniques to maintain its integrity until it is needed for transplantation. So now we know how this works by the book. Let's look into few facts about those skin banks. As per information from the United States National Library of Medicine, the Israel National Skin Bank, established in 1986, is a collaborative initiative between the Israel Defense Forces, IDF Medical Corps, and the Ministry of Health. The primary objective of the skin bank is to address the needs of individuals with burn injuries resulting from wartime situations or mass casualty incidents. Dr. Meir Weiss wrote a sorrowful book titled On Their Dead Bodies. As an Israeli doctor and anthropology expert, she delves into the harrowing details of organ harvesting. Between 1996 and 2002, Dr. Weiss conducted scientific research at the Abu Kabir Institute of Forensic Medicine in Tel Aviv, where she witnessed the grim reality of organs being illicitly taken, particularly from Palestinian corpses. Weiss painfully recounts that during the First Intifada, the military essentially sanctioned the extraction of organs from Palestinians. For example, they used excuse that Palestinian prisoners needed autopsies. This autopsy process, accompanied by organ removal, served the Israeli skin bank established in 1985, ostensibly for treating burns in Israeli soldiers, further shading this dark narrative. On November 23, 2015, a revelation unfolded on Israeli Channel 2. Through an investigative report, laying bare the Israeli Institute of Forensic Medicine's complicity in the illicit harvesting of organs from the bodies of Palestinian martyrs held by the Israeli occupation. The investigative account featured poignant testimonies, notably from the former head of the Israeli Institute of Forensic Medicine, Yehuda Hiss. He acknowledged with a heavy heart that human organs, tissues, and skin were extracted from the bodies of Palestinian martyrs. Dark truth concealed from the knowledge and consent of their grieving families. But this only gets worse. In 2008, CNN, the American network, brought to light a report asserting that Israel stands as the primary hub for illicit organ trafficking on a global scale. The report exposed Israel's alleged participation in the grievous act of taking Palestinian lives with the sinister motive of unlawfully seizing their internal organs, engaging in an illicit international network for profit. Uniquely, Israel is implicated as the sole nation adopting a policy of retaining the bodies of martyrs, interring them in mass graves. This mistreatment infringes upon the principles outlined in the second section of Article 12 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights for Indigenous Peoples, and runs counter to the regulations governing the handling of bodies of war casualties as outlined in customary international humanitarian law. A staggering 121 bodies have been reported lost and missing under the control of occupation authorities since the 1990s. This was outlined in a report by the British Broadcasting Corporation BBC. The haunting question persists: where could they possibly be? Additional pieces concerning this narrative, along with various articles detailing stories, realities, and sorrows, are scattered across the internet. Regrettably, a significant portion is exclusively available in Arabic. contributing to what I perceive as a lack of essential attention to these reports, particularly in foreign nations. So there is plenty of reports, documentaries, press, even literature describing this whole matter, and skin banks seem as only tip of an iceberg of other issues that go along with these tragedies. I always encourage to do own research and get own conclusions. I'll see you on my next episode. Take care.